Hey guys, this is Leola. Welcome to Leola Brown, the Absolute Truth. Happy New Year to you guys, and I pray that all of you all are having a happy new year. I hope that God is blessing you guys to think properly and do a lot of things to just get better. Because we as human beings, we're not perfect, but if we are alive today in this world, we have been given the opportunity to get better. Okay? So I believe that. I believe that is why God left us alone. A lot of people have left and they're gone now. So I just wanted to say that. I'm hoping that everybody is focusing on God because it's very important to focus on God and just, you know, get close to Him, learn Him. I talk to God every day. There's not a day that goes by that I don't talk to my Father. I talk to Him every day and I pray. Yes. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm holier than thou. But actually, this is what this video is about today. I wanted to come and talk to you guys about Whitney Houston because a lot of people don't really know Whitney. They think they do. And I wanted to share with you all something that I've experienced with Whitney before she left this world. Okay? And it's very important because a lot of people don't know this at all. And I never really talked about this with nobody. A few people. But let me tell you. Okay, Whitney called me one evening. It was about maybe 11, between 11 and midnight. She was home, and this is here in Atlanta. I was getting ready for bed. And she called and she said, Lily, what are you doing? And I said, I'm getting ready to go to bed. Why? What's going on? She said, come over. I want you to come over. I said, come over. I said, Nip, it's late. And I'm not, I don't like being out at night, especially not by myself. So she said, come over, please. I need you. I'm in here by myself. And I said, you are? I said, where's Bobby? She said, he's not here right now. I think Bobby was actually out of town. Bobby was out of town on business for a couple of days. So she said, please, sis, I need you. I said, okay. So I got up and I went to the house. Now, Whitney and I, we're both Leos. Whitney's birthday is August the 9th. Mine's is August the 4th. So, we had come, it was a time when we used to celebrate our birthdays together, But anyway, I'm saying this to say that we understand each other. And we had lots and lots and lots of conversations. You will get that from me. You will get a lot of videos talking to you guys about who Whitney Houston really was. We had a lot of one-on-one conversations. But this night she called me over. She and I used to study the Bible together. I love the Bible, just like I love the Quran. But the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us to study the Bible. You understand? You can't tell a man that he's wrong, he says, unless you have read his book, right? And it makes sense. So I've always studied my Bible. I remember going to church one day and a woman told me in church, she said, I had on a garment. I had my headpiece on with my white garment. And she said, the woman tapped me in church. And everybody was standing up to clap for the preacher that was preaching. And she tapped me from the back and said, I am happy to see your Bible beat up. But she said it sarcastically, because she knew I was Muslim, but didn't think Muslims read the Bible. Yes, we do. Of course we read the Bible. The Bible, and I want everybody to know this, when you first open a Bible, it states written from the original tongues. Every Bible says that. Okay? Every Bible says that. But anyway, so the Bible is written from original tongues. So the original tongues are not English. No. No, 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 no. When we first got here, we were speaking Arabic. Our mothers and fathers, yes. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said we were all Muslims. Yes, black people. We were Muslims in this country. But we were beaten into Christianity. That's how you became a Christian. Yes. But nowhere in the Bible does Jesus say he was a Christian. No, you cannot find it, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said. And yes, that is true. You cannot find it. But anyway, Whitney and I used to study together a lot. So this night when I came over, when I walked in, you know, when you walk in Bobby and Whitney's side door, the kitchen, there was a bar, and they kept a Bible on that bar. So I'm sitting there. When I walked in, I'm like, Nick, why is it so dark? She had all the lights off, and I don't like the dark. So anyway, long story short, she goes in the bathroom. She was putting on her facial cream and stuff for the night. You know, she had removed her makeup and was wiping her face, and she had a towel around her neck. And so she and I were talking about the Bible, and we kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And so Whitney liked to do this with me a lot, and she would challenge me. You know, because I was studying Islam and she was a diehard Christian. So she loved conversing with me and talking about God and Jesus and what this meant and what that meant. And she would want to compare. Whitney was interested in Islam. So this night, I come over and she comes out the bathroom. She kept going back and forth. You know, we were going in the Bible. And as God is my witness, she finally came out of the bathroom and said, she started speaking in tongues. And I've heard people speak in tongues before, but I never seen Whitney like this. Never. And she started speaking in tongues, and she was like, oh, blah, 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 oh, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, Whitney, are you all right? Like, I'm looking at her, and she was very passionate with this. She was just speaking. It was like God had given her something in that moment with her, she and I talking about the book, and I was trying to explain to her who Minister Farrakhan was, and who the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was, and who Master Farad Muhammad was, and who God was, and everything. And I don't know, I guess God gave it to me this night. All praises due to Allah. She said, after she started speaking in tongues, she looked at me and said, Lily, oh my God, I got it. I said, what? She said, Elijah Muhammad is the Jesus. I said, yes, yes, Nippy. And I started crying. I said, yes, Nippy, he is the Jesus. He is. I said, yes. She said, oh my God. She said, I got it. She said, that's what you're supposed to be doing, telling the whole world. I said, I am. That's what I do. And at this time, I was, there is no such thing as a fishing person in the nation. None of us. We all have the duty of fishing and going out and teaching people about God. That is everybody's duty. But I was made a fishing captain from somebody at the mosque at this time because I was bringing in a lot of people. You understand? So I was always, you know, I'm passionate about that. That's Leola. I don't care. Every day of my life, I get up. If I'm going to the grocery store, wherever I'm at, I talk about God with people when I'm in line. And, you know, I strike up a conversation. My sons know this. They always say, oh, God, Mommy, she will never come out the store. She's always talking to people. Yes, I don't care where I go in this world. When you know God and you love God and he has done things for you, you should talk about it with people and talk about what God has done for you. And that is what I do in all my imperfections. I'm not perfect, but I've come a long ways, and I am not the woman that I used to be. Although I'm not the woman that I wish to be, but my God, I strive. Yes, I do. But anyway, and I love talking about God to people. I love it. There's nothing else that makes me feel better that I like to do. I love talking about God and teaching. And I'm no minister, but I love teaching what I know. I can't speak as good as a lot of good, Muslim ministers and things like that. I can't speak as well and eloquent and as Farrakhan, but I love the teachings, and I love Islam, and I love God because I have tried God. Yes, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told us to try God. Ask him for what you want, and he will deliver. And that I have been through a lot where I've called on God, and he was right there. So yes, I love Allah. I know. That's why I tell you, I'm not just a believer. I know that Allah is God. There is no doubt in my mind. God would have to come down himself and say, look, I'm not. And if he did, I would say, nah, Allah is God. God can't even fool me. Allah can't even fool me into thinking he wasn't if he wanted to trick me. You understand? I know that Allah is God. I'm not confused at all, people. Yes. But I wanted you to know this, that Whitney did this. And she said at that moment, she had it. She had it. She said, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the Jesus. I said, yes. Yes. And he gave permission for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to sit in his seat. At that moment, it was such a surreal moment. Whitney got it. And she knew, she bared witness that there was no God but Allah. Yes, and that is when she was getting clean. That was right before her and Bobby's divorce. Yes, her and Bobby were divorcing. They weren't like, they were going through their thing. And I had just went through a thing with my ex whom I love and respect a lot. His name was Minister Rockman. He was a minister in the nation, and Whitney kind of forced me, and she loved Rock. She forced me to marry him. She said, please, Lily, marry him. I love him. He reminds me of my father, Papa John. And I was like, well, he does. And we used to sit up and talk all the time, me and my husband and Whitney, and she loved him so much. So at that point, when she asked me to come over, I was in my home dealing with that. We had separated, and we had a very peaceful separation. And I was home alone, and she was like, come over, what are you doing? I guess she knew I was feeling bad, and so I came over that night, and we were just talking, and I mean, we were in the book, we were in the Bible and the Quran, and when I tell you that Whitney finally got it at that moment, she did, and I knew she was going to be all right from there. I knew it. Whitney knew that Allah was God. Oh, yes, she did. So, Pat, I seen a write-up about me. Some guy, Bob, it was something in the paper that somebody from Whitney's family said that Bobby Brown's sister was trying to convert Whitney into Islam. That's not what I was trying to do. Anytime me and Whitney talked about Islam, she invited me to the table to talk. She had questions, and I would answer her questions, and we would study, and we would go in the book, and I would show her things. She was awoken. And you all didn't like that. You didn't want me around, Whitney. You didn't want that, did you? But I'm glad she bared witness that there was no God but Allah, and that Muhammad was his messenger. Yes, she did. So I did get the chance, Pat, to sit with my sister and talk with her. And she did get the chance to see exactly what God wanted her to see. And I wanted people to know this. This was so important to know about Whitney. And she was changing her life. Whitney was trying to change. She was on the path of coming to Allah. She was on her way. She was clean when she left this world. Yes. That's why I keep saying to you all, there was no, don't think that some drug dealer took her out and all that. No, Whitney wasn't on drugs. There was no reason for a drug dealer to come to that hotel. No, I don't know who Ray J let in. Ray J could have let somebody in. I don't know. But it wasn't a drug dealer coming for Whitney. No, Whitney was clean. And her autopsy says that. Yes, you all. It says that very little minute drugs was in her system. You see, there was nothing really much in her system. If it was something from the past. But I don't even believe that autopsy. One thing's for sure, that I do believe that there was no drugs. But I got so much to tell you all. I got a lot to tell you. I really do. Coming up in this book. And I can't wait. Because once I give it to you, I've given it to you. And you will have it. You will have it. Everything that I believe happened, and I believe I got it down to the letter. Yes, it's obvious. There is no, there's nothing else that you'll see. You will see. You will see. God had my hand. Yes, he did. With this book, he had my hand. He took over. But I wanted you guys to know that about Whitney. Because in the end, Whitney got it. She got it. And her thing was she wanted to live a life with my brother again. Her and Bobby Christina were so happy right before they found Whitney's body. Yes. And that's why I believe her phone was tapped. I believe there was somebody listening in on her conversations, and they knew that she and Bobby were getting ready to get married again, and they did not want that to happen. I strongly believe that. Yep. But there's much more to come, people. I wanted you to know that. I wanted you to know that, okay? So yes, I got more videos coming out. More. I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna be uploading, okay? I want you guys to have a blessed and prosperous day. And don't forget God. Talk to him. Thank him for your life. Because if you're still alive and you're breathing, that means he left you here. I don't care what you're going through in life. You still have a chance to fix it. Whatever's wrong, whatever's broken. You still have a chance. It's not too late for nobody. I don't care what you've been going through in your life. It is never too late. No. It is just the beginning. Yes, because we are at the end now of this wicked world, not meaning this world, it's going to always be people in it. But God is talking about the end means end of wickedness. God said he's come to give his children life and more life abundantly. He's here to bless us. And he has so much for us that he wants to show you. So cheer up. And let's get this together. And let's strive more to be righteous people. Okay? No matter who we are. All right? There's only one God. Okay? There's no difference with us. No, I tell people, my children call me mommy. My father used to call me buddy. Back in the day, my name was Hollywood. I mean, I have many names. That's God. He's only one. But we call him by many names, and it's okay. All right? So, all right, people. Peace. Don't forget that about Whitney. All right? Have a wonderful day.